Hey, how you doing? How are you?
Good, I guess. But nevertheless, hey everybody, you know who it is. It's the Rushings, Chanvier, and
It's me, Zach. How are you?
yeah, okay. I don't know. Anywho, this is what our first campaign update.
Campaign update. We got
need a cute name for it.
Yeah, we gotta name it. We gotta name it before we post it because we gotta actually name it. That's the thing.
I mean, it is what it is.
So, first and foremost, we want to thank everyone for this weekend. We've had an amazing weekend. We went to a football game with Grayson. Football.
Riveting.
A very exciting game over Thompson from Alabama. Good team. Good game by both teams. Good game. So, GG's all around. And so, Grayson won by 1 point. One point.
In overtime.
And that was a hard fought 1 point. That 1 point was.
I can't take nothing away from Thompson. They did their thing when they came down here. They did not come to play. But Grayson stood up.
Good toss.
Stood up.
Good stuff.
Yes. But before we get into our weekend, shouldn't we first kind of sort of do some introductions and why we doing this and what we doing, then talk about our weekend?
Well, I mean, if you're watching this
Listening.
you're listening, watching, whatever you're doing. We're going to put on YouTube. Maybe not the video of us in our office looking tired and hot, but if you are perusing this podcast, there's a good chance you know who we are. But let's go ahead and do the introductions. My name is Zach Rushing. I am running as a candidate for the 4th post in Grayson City Council, and next to me is my lovely wife, Chanvier Rushing, who is
hello again. I am Dr. Chanvier Rushing, and I am running for Grayson City Council Post 2 Deuce. And we are here to engage with you all, as well as share important information about the campaign. Shout out to our volunteers, our donors, our supporters. All of those people intend to give you an update on what we've done this week and what we'll be doing in the upcoming weeks. And so we're so glad to have this time with you all and to be able to share this information. And we are just hopping in there.
Yeah, and so, we didn't want to make these updates to be too much. Matter of fact, I think I recorded 2 of these updates in my car on my cell phone. These updates...
Hopefully you weren't driving and you had your seatbelt on.
I mean, you just push record.
And you drive.
Yeah, it was on. Okay. Point is, it's the law. We're law-abiding citizens around here.
Surely.
And so... these updates, like my wife said, are just to give you guys an insight into this. And for some people, this may be listened to after the election's over, win, loss, draw, what have you. And for some people, this might be your first experience on the inside of anyone's campaign. I know a lot of us are aware of national campaigns and national campaign figures, or maybe even state figures, but we are a local campaign. We are as local gets.
Grassroots.
Not even grass.
Yeah, we concrete. We sidewalk.
We're not even grassroots. This is like moss. This is like moss roots.
Yeah,
and this podcast is basically a little window in to kind of how this works. This weekend we did do the football game. We did a health fair at a local church, and we kind of did a little bit of hello and how are you to local businesses.
We did some reconnaissance. We have been mapping out the neighborhoods in our area to get ready to start door knocking. We will be putting out a call for assistance and people who would like to volunteer their time to come out and greet the neighbors in our neighborhoods with us. And in addition, though, I think one of the things we should mention is that we're going to share information about our platforms and why we're doing what we're doing. So that way you have more information about us to hopefully allow us to earn your vote and your trust. And so for me, one of the things that I think is the hallmark for a component of my campaign, I've entitled From Pink Slip to Leadership. I am one of 300 and almost 50,000 Black women who have been laid off recently. And so with that being the case, I wanted to kind of pull back the curtains on this process. And so I'm so glad that my husband was so in his wisdom, I will give him to share this experience in case anybody else is interested in running for a local office, kind of give you the insights on some of the do's and the don'ts, and some of those spaces where we messed up, or where, hey, this may be something you want to do. And then our overall platform for our campaign is Together We Are Grayson. And so we're focused on unifying the community, unifying a voice, and celebrating the diversity, which is our neighborhood, our community.
So if you're watching this on YouTube or seeing a clip on Instagram or what have you, I know we're going to have these videos out there. You're not seeing our faces. All you're seeing is our logo and our link to our webpage. And that's on purpose. Not that we're trying to hide who we are. I mean, if you're on our Instagram, you see pictures of us. If you're access to our website, you can see where we're going to be because our calendar is on our website. You can see where we're going to be, how we're going to be there. You can download the calendar yourself and put it on your phone. So we are extremely approachable. But I think one of the things that I really want you to see as a community is what does it take to get involved? Now, I'm going to give you the first thing that we did. Went to our local city hall, and we found out when the elections were. We actually did the simple footwork, literally footwork of walking in the door.
Yeah, we was out
walking. And we went into the city hall, and we got the dates, and we came back when the time came, paid our $10.
10 buckaroos.
10 whole American dollars.
And yes, and you can be an elected official.
And we put our names in to run.
We did.
And I think for a lot of people, there's a belief, and it's not a good belief, that you have to be of a certain class or a certain kind of person, a lawyer or some kind of hoity-toity position holder, in order to be an elected official. And the reality is you have to be somebody who's just willing to do the work.
Someone who cares about their community. While Zach and I are a husband and wife team who are running, we both individually are both passionate about helping out in public service. My background is in political science and criminal justice. And so with that being the case, I've, always been intrigued by the thought of law, as well as, law and politics, but also in ways to serve. We saw a need in our community. We saw a gap in, some of the services, some of the resources, and we're just trying to be someone to bridge those gaps. And so if that's you, again, you don't have to be, all of these various things. You just have to be passionate about helping other people and wanting to serve.
And I think a lot of people think, I want to see this change. I want to see that change. I want to change this law and that law. Keep your scope in perspective. We are running for city council. We're not running to change all the laws of all the gun places in all the world.
Today.
We're not, today. Or even tomorrow right now. We are running for city council.
Yes.
So we know what our scope is. If you know you want a bigger scope, then you have to run for bigger offices. And don't be ashamed of the idea of just wanting to make sure that your town does not have potholes. Don't be ashamed of the idea of just wanting to make sure that, local businesses have the best help they can to grow your local infrastructure. There is nothing wrong with being small. Matter of fact, I would say that the majority of people should be more invested in their local governments than in their state and national governments. Because even though policies trickle down, good leadership trickles up. And if you are a good leader on your local level and you're good to your people around you and good to your neighborhood and your small town, you will find that you are a lot more effective in changing lives than anybody in Washington, D.C. And I think that's something that, is a lesson that a lot of folks don't put into perspective. Like, you can be the change you want to see right now and work hard at it and make it happen. And that's what we're doing. So a little bit more insight to what we're doing as, seat holders, as people trying to, grow ourselves in the community and grow ourselves as leadership members. We are listening to members of our community.
Yep, we're going to have listening parties. Now that's what really needs like a good name. But I mean, I guess it's at this point it's listening party. But yes, we will be hosting listening parties every Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. on what is it, Google Meets or something like that? Yeah. And the only Monday we won't do it. I believe it's the second Monday of the month, or is it the third Monday? Whichever one, we will update the calendar so that way you all will know when we're not having one. But the only reason why we won't have one on that particular Monday is because we will be at the Grayson City Council meetings, and so we will be there. And what we'll probably end up doing is maybe pushing it back a little bit and having it from like 7:30 to 8:30 or whenever it finishes, and give you all updates of what happened in the city council meeting since they're not streamed yet. And so again, we look forward to just hearing from you. Before we want to ask for anything, we want to hear from you. And so please join us if you can for those listening parties.
Now, for those of you who are wondering, like, how can I get to know more about you? How can I find out more? Because, again, we assume that you've already been to our website, but if you have not, if you're looking on your screen, you probably see the QR code if you're watching on YouTube or on Instagram. But if you're listening to us for the first time on a podcast that got suggested to you and you didn't even know where it came from, then go to rushing4.us. That's rushing for RUSHING, the number 4.us, rushing for us. And if you can check out that website, you can see about our page, you can volunteer to help us out, and you can even do a little bit more than that. You can even donate to our campaign and help us out financially. And let me tell you something. Now, this is something that I have run for office before, and I did not run a very engaged campaign outside of social media. My biggest thing I did was run for social media and put out ads on social media, and I did a lot of in-person meet and greets with both with people of all parties and types. I had no problem meeting anyone anywhere. But that being said, this campaign I'm running a little bit differently. I got great numbers the first time I ran, but this time I actually want to kind of finish and get across the finish line in number one. So we're doing a lot more print, a lot more signs, a lot more T-shirts, etc. And let me tell you something. This stuff costs money.
It does,
and it's nickel and dime money. Like you'll spend maybe $100 on flyers, and you go out to a parking lot, and all of a sudden that $100 you can see walking away and being thrown in the trash. You can literally watch it walking away. And and that's not to say that you shouldn't do it, but it slowly ticks up. This is our first week, and I think in our first week we spent, I would say, easily $200 or $300 in just
way more than that.
Well, I'm just saying in just flyers,
sure,
flyers and business cards,
media, sure.
Yeah. And these are things that are meant to be disposable, things that aren't meant to be held on to. These are not keepsakes. No one is hanging these up on their wall and saying, I knew them when. Hey, but keep them around. You might, But these things are things that we need, right?
Yeah.
You agree? And they cost and they rack up costs quickly.
But they nice though. I was nice. I can't tell they're nice. The designer did a great job on our print materials. And speaking of designer though, can I also shout out to some of the people who have been volunteering and offering their services?
I mean, I don't want to exclude anybody, so we can definitely shout out people. We can shout out 2 or 3 that we can think of.
Well, we can just say thank you to everybody.
Yeah,
you know who you are. Thank you. From the headshots, the finances, the digital design, the social media, all the various volunteers who are helping. Your support is so appreciated. Political strategists, like all of your support is greatly appreciated, and we hope to make you proud. And
with that said, a lot of this is there's a certain pressure when people start investing in your run.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna. I just want to be. I want to be transparent. I am very humbled by the number of people that believe in us.
Yeah.
I'm humbled by the number of people who say, you know what, I think you guys can do this. I really believe in the vision that you're doing. Congratulations on just kind of walking in your purpose. There's so many.
That's the word, right?
There's so many well wishers, right?
Yeah.
And you don't want to let anybody down, but at the same token, you recognize that the first step is the step you have to take.
Mm-hmm.
And so this being the first episode for anybody that's listening or anybody that just wants to know what we were thinking when we did it, and what you can do if you're thinking about it, just do it. Don't wait for the next cycle. I mean, if you've missed the deadlines, you missed the deadlines. But if you have an opportunity to do something, just get on up and do it. Just get up. If you think you have a position that you wish other people or you believe other people can get behind, just do it. Don't wait for someone to give you permission because they're never going to give you permission. Don't wait for someone to come up to you and beg you to become a city council person or a state representative or commissioner. No one's ever going to ask you just because they like the cut of your jib, right? You're going to have to take the opportunity to just go out there and take the risk and put yourself out there. And I encourage everyone to do that because that is one of the few things that I think if I never got this seat or never got an opportunity to do anything, I would say without a shadow of a doubt, everyone, right, who wants to should.
Yes.
Yeah, and so just do it. Don't let anyone stop you. Just go ahead and do it and see what you can do. Now, I do want to give someone a shout out individually. I had the good fortune of meeting Dr. Tiffany, what's her last name?
Bronson.
Tiffany Bronson, Dr. Tiffany Bronson. She is running for one of our sister cities out in Lilburn.
Yes.
She's running for city council in Lilburn. That's a bad mamma jamma right there. She has her doctorate degree. She has her degree in
her Juris Doctorate.
Her Juris Doctorate.
Her JD.
Her JD, a law degree.
Yeah.
And so both of them, PhD. She's a doctor lawyer. I'm pretty sure she's a kung fu master too.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's amazing.
Yeah.
And her desire to connect her community with healthcare and making sure that everyone has the proper preventative as well as maintaining good health in her area, regardless of your social economic status. I am so enamored as well by her and her campaign and wish her all the best and so thankful for her partnership in this. Like, she's like super cool. I really, so if you're in the Lilburn area, you have an amazing opportunity to vote for someone who would be outstanding, that would represent your voice as well as the voice of your children and your families in order to make sure that the resources that you need are in the spaces where you can, I want to say, achieve them. I'm out here rapping at these bars, but the resources that you need, make sure that they are accessible for you.
And I think that's, on that note, I think this first little episode can end. And so join us again next week. We'll probably put it out on a Sunday night, Monday morning.
Yeah.
Monday morning-ish. Monday morning, somewhere around there.
Sure.
Record them Sunday night, then put them out Monday morning.
Maybe Tuesday after our talk, so that way we can tell people to listen. Who knows? When we put them out there, you'll know we're putting them out there. And when we put them out there, please take a listen, plant your ear, come into behind the curtains of running for your local government, because hey, if we can do it, anybody can do it.
If we can do it, anybody can do it. Absolutely. So we'll see you guys again next week. I look forward to hanging out with you guys. And I think we found a name, rushing to the finish line or rushing for the finish line. You're running for seat 2. I'm running for seat 4.
Sure.
I don't know which one we're going to use. Rushing to the finish line sounds really good to me all of a sudden, but rushing for the finish line, I don't know. It'll be one of those two names. When you see this, you will see the name and you'll go, oh, that's one they picked. But yeah, you guys have a good night. We'll see you guys again next week, and have a week. Have a good week.
Have a good week. Talk to you tomorrow. It's Monday.